The 4 magazine, Detroit, baby, we out here. You see what's going on, we activated, we ain't playing no games.
For you, multi-talented, not only have you, and I just peeped something too, you used to hoop.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You still hoop a little bit here and there?
I will. Yeah,
okay.
I think myself still for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was going back through the what's the name. I'm like, damn, sis used to hoop,
I
though.
used to hoop. I used to run track. I used to play volleyball. Yeah.
For you to be into so much stuff, because I want to get into the book now too. Do you ever feel like it's too much going on? Like, do you ever feel like your hands is in too much and kind of just want to dial it back to just one thing?
It's funny you say that because in my opinion, it's actually all one thing. It's not separate. Like the book goes along with being a media talent and an influencer. The influencership goes along with doing stand-up comedy sometimes. Doing stand-up comedy goes along with being an actress. Being an actress goes along with being a podcaster because all of that's production. To me, they're all related. And I don't know if that's just my excuse to keep doing shit or or if it's the truth, but that shit sounded good, right?
No, for sure.
I think that is all related to a certain degree. But it's plenty of stuff that I want to do that I don't yet. You feel me? So understand, I do be holding back on some stuff, but it's a lot of things that I be wanting to put my hands in it, and boss man just be like, okay, we can do that in, top of 2026, just not right now.
No, 100%. So like, even with the book, you made a very powerful statement this morning, and because I know how sensitive it is, I kind of was thinking like, damn, do I even want to ask her about it?
Listen, honey, but my conversation publicly, I'm healing. I'm healed. Like when I talk about things publicly, at this point when I talk about it publicly, it's because you can't use it against me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be in a corner crying because of some shit that happened to you when I was 17. We can talk about this.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the reason why it's public.
And that was my second thought too. I'm like, well, she did make it public, and also, I don't know if I'm assuming that it's in connection with the book.
Absolutely.
Just in terms of how women can deal with traumas and horrible experiences or whatever. So if I can, or if you can, briefly elaborate on the book and how that moment, that situation inspired you with putting the book together.
Okay. So the book is called Sis, I Get It. It's a book and a platform. We'll be actually doing a complete series behind it as well that we'll be filming very soon. It's a collective of different stories, different short stories, about 12 different short stories that might be personal to me, personal to someone that I know on a personal level that they've been through. But it's a collective of stories about different experiences in womanhood and sisterhood and friendship and romance. And it showcases the ups and downs, how you heal from certain things, and just shows you that you're just not alone in situations. I spoke openly about my sexual assault when I was 16 or 17. I honestly can't. It was one thing that trauma victims go through is blackout. I would have to literally look at exact dates to know exactly when it happened. I do believe I was 17 when it happened, though. But that being said, the book is not a trauma bond. The book is a trauma release. It's a collective of stories that I wrote to show women and my little cousins, my big cousins, my cousins in between, that you're not alone in your experience. You had a friend that slept with your man. You're not alone in that experience. Sis, I get it. You had a mother that used to beat you down verbally. You're not alone in that experience. Sis, I get it. You had a pregnancy that happened through sexual assault when you were a teenager. You're not alone in that, sis. I get it. And we gonna heal through this together. We gonna get through this together. I think there's so many spaces where women empowerment is a joke. It's inauthentic. It's not a space where women are genuinely growing and genuinely pouring into each other. This trauma release, this space is a genuine space for girls to grow, for us to give a voice to that younger version of ourselves, for us to take a step back and say, you know what? It was kind of messed up that happened. I never really put one and one together and made that equal two. I never really realized it or looked at it from that perspective. But instead of me holding on to these feelings and teaching my children to hold on to negative feelings and them teaching their children, I'm going to break this generational curse before it even starts.
100.
That's why I wrote, Sis, I Get It. We are not about to let our little girls feel the same shit that we had to feel. We are not about to let our little girls allow other ones to be SA'd because of jealousy, because of bullcrap. If we can save one person, I won.
Man, 100%, man. Like, and that's the thing too. Like, I personally feel like it's not a lot of like women that grab young girls at a young age and begin to groom them like it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day. Also for men as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we all need mentorship. We all need a little bit of, hey, come this way with it a little
For
bit.
sure.
And I think honestly, the exit of the other show in the pod brought me back to what I'm actually called to do.
Your purpose.
Even the way it happened. To have someone that you trusted, even if it was in the capacity of being a virtual friend. Like, a friend is a friend. Friendship should be a sacred space. This should be a space where I can come vent to you, talk to you. It's not like anything that she could have told Keita or Kitty was something that I went on like Facebook talking about and making statuses about, or Reddit making stories about. I'm conveying this intimate moment in a friend, and it's used against me. Like, that's not what friendship is. That's not how things show up. Even being shut out by Keita and Kitty. To me, that's not how friends show up for each other. Thank God Keita and I have been able to talk and work through certain things, and we're still working through certain things. I won't say everything is perfect in our friendship at all, but we're working through it. We're trying to figure it out, because ultimately, I just think that what we're called to do with one another is bigger than what initially brought us together.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I'll keep saying it in the most cliche way. I'm here to show girls that even through friendship breakups, you can win. Even through romantic breakups, you can win. Even through career breakups, you can win. Because, sis, I get it. I've been there and I won.
When can the people expect for that? Or it's the date not?
Oh, the date's available.
Okay.
The book will be out and being mailed out on May 11th, which is our anniversary. And all pre-orders will be filled that day as well.
Fire. So before we get out of here, I got a few questions that I want to ask you.
Awesome.
You know, being that you are a transparent person, and you're not one of them type of people that just be holding back stuff. Like, you're going to keep it 100. I got a few questions for you.
Okay.
Being that you've experienced different things, and I know that this may appear dark, but I want you to speak into this because it may be somebody who is going through it. In your life, have you ever contemplated SUA? And I'll just leave that there.
No. And I can only imagine how big that cross is to bear. I felt lonely. I felt alone. I felt like people didn't understand me. I felt depressed. I felt anxious. I felt just numb to the world. But I've never been like, oh, I'm about to be out of here. I during the time that I was addicted to Xanax, I would just go to sleep. After my first husband was killed by a drunk driver, my doctor gave me Xanax, and that's how that addiction came about.
Wow.
And I would just take a Xanax just so I can go to sleep, and it would put me to sleep for like 18 hours. And I would take another one after I woke up and eat a burger or something.
Damn.
Take another one, go back to sleep. And that happened. But even in that space, my light wasn't dimmed to the point where I said, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. It was uncomfortable. But I pray for anybody that feels that low or feels that alone.
When you was going through that, you know, being addicted to Xanax, what was the moment that you realized that you actually were, and then what was the process to get off of that? I know that had to be difficult.
Yeah, so it actually the process of getting off actually wasn't that difficult. It lasted for about 6 or 8 months, actually. Taking the pills, and I realized that I was being foolish when I tweeted something about Xanax as if it was cool, and my brother's friend checked me. He was like, "What is this? What is this?" Shout out to Brandon, this is my brother's friend with my sister's husband as well, and he checked me like, "No, this dead. Like, you gotta smoke." You need to smoke.
Hey, right.
And
take a couple puffs.
Yeah, he's really into medicinal marijuana, and that was my ease out of the world of Xanax beautifully. So I always appreciate the shows for, you know, helping me to clean that up.
Yeah. If you could relive one moment of your life, what would it be and why?
If I could really relive one moment of my life, it would be the day that Ace Metaphor reached out to me via DM to join his podcast. I would delete the message and not respond. Why? Because in my opinion, that space disrupted me more than it helped me.
What is your definition of happiness?
My definition of happiness is freedom in every capacity.
What trait of yours tends to push people away?
I think that people think that I think I know everything. And it's not that I think I know everything. I just know what I know. So I've had to learn how to be quiet and let people be wrong in situations because it's not always appetizing to have someone correct you. So I've learned to just be quiet and let people be wrong in situations.
Got you. And last one, what would your dream job be if money wasn't a concern?
What would my dream job be if money wasn't a concern? That's a good question. My dream job would be not having a job because I don't who wants to work. Like, even if you're doing exactly what you want to do, like if you had the option to, you know, have access to $1 billion and, you know, just sit around on the beach all day, anybody would do that. So yeah, there's
For sure.